Hey friends, come on in. Happy Friday. We're going to do a really fun but easy painting today on this dough bowl. I haven't seen these in a long time and was kind of organizing my wood supplies and found this one that I have. So I love these. They're still, you can still find them and they're still, people are still using them, but I just hadn't bought one myself in a long time. But these are so excellent for gift giving or for just setting on either a entry table or your dresser to kind of catch things, or just for decor. Of course you can hang it up, but I really like using these like on an entry table. So I'm going to do a really simple Easter painting. First of all, I was going to show y'all kind of my process. Let's grab a piece of scratch paper. And it's funny because half the time I grab like an envelope or something, that I did actually have a little piece of scratch paper. So let's figure out our design. I'm going to show you kind of step by step how I do it. I'll kind of figure out my space. We know that we've got about this much space, right, to paint, because the rest is this curved up. So we don't have a lot, to work with here. So about like this, something like that. And listen, I've been teaching in the VIP group for a long time, but just recently went and did a 4-part series on art basics. And part of the reason I love teaching that kind of thing is because it breaks a painting down to where you can paint it easily. So really for this, we're going to do a cross, and we're going to do like a sky. Let's start with my cross and kind of get the size right on that. Something like, this is a very sketchy. Don't judge. It'll turn out just great. And then I want a hill, so something like that. And I want my sky. I wanted some kind of steps leading up, or kind of a path leading up. So something like, you're just kind of getting in your mind or getting it down on paper what you're picturing. And then maybe mountains. Let's see. Oh, Blue's saying hi to the ladies. Hi to the ladies. Oh, I like this. I've never done mountains behind it, but I think that will be pretty. Okay, so something like that. And then I want a sunrise is what I'm picturing. So let's focus some sun kind of behind the cross. And I think that's it. And maybe even some flowers up here at the top. What do y'all think? Does that look? I think that'll be good. Okay. So once you get your, design down, then you can just start painting right here on this. And I'm just going to kind of look at this as a reference. Let's get started. I am using my DecoArt Paints Cool White. We're going to use my new favorite Coral Buzz. It is so pretty. We're going to use my usual Royal Fuchsia, Cadmium Yellow. Oh, and blue. So I pulled Blue Harbor just to use a little of it. This is such a small space that we won't need a lot of any of it. So probably poured out way too much. Okay, let's get going here. I'm going to start with white and kind of get a base of white down. Oh, I did already put 2 coats of my multi-purpose sealer because this is very porous wood. And some of you will know if you've bought dough bowls, they come in all different types of wood. I love this wood. It reminds me of old wood, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say about old wood, but you know what I mean. Like your grandpa would just cut and give to you or something. So I love it. We are going to bring the design on the curve here, but it'll be mostly the outer lying parts. Anyway, I've put 2 coats of that sealer down to sort of help me seal that wood because it is extremely porous. This is not something that I would want to do resin on because it truly is super, super porous and would absorb, probably even with my sealer, because it's hard for me to get it on film. I tried to take a little video of it to show my VIP group up close, because that's kind of the stuff I like to tell them, like, FYI, this is probably not the best choice. There are others that are way better than this super porous wood for resin. Now, if you got it really cheap and you want to test it, go for it. Okay, I think that's plenty good. I'm going to a filbert brush because a lot of what I'm fixing to paint will have some curves. So first we'll do our background sky. So I'm going to grab some white, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of blue, but not a whole lot, because that blue will really, see how dark, even with the white, it's just really takes over, but that's perfect right here. And let's kind of start our blue sky. So pretty. That's really the perfect blue. That's what I was hoping for. So really kind of soft. We're going to add some pinks and that coral in. I'm going to go ahead and bring this all the way down to our mountains. This is an easy painting. Practice it on something and then go for it. And you can paint this on cards, on a canvas, on wood, metal, glass. I mean, it really, the sky's the limit, and would be a great gift for anybody, and just pretty decor. Okay, I'm going to put out a little more white in case I need that for my, well, I will for my pinks and things. I'm going to just clean that brush a little. I'm going to come in here to this coral, grab some of that, kind of offload it because I don't want it to take over. So soften that up, and then let's put in some coral. Oh, that coral's pretty with that blue. I actually think I may add more than I thought I would now that I'm seeing that. Just some streaks across that sky. I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'll go right into my pink. Add a little white to soften it because, you know, it can take over. Let's give an angle to some of this. Let's grab our coral and give a little more, like kind of coming at an angle too. The sky's not always just perfectly straight little lines. And then, like I said, I want some sun behind that cross. So I'm going to grab my yellow. I'm going to take some white with it. And put that in where I know it'll be kind of behind our cross. So kind of coming on this side. Now be careful, because if your blue is wet and you put this yellow on there, you're going to have green, and you don't want that. So just kind of be careful. I think that's going to be good. Let's do mountains. I think I'm going to, let's try doing our pink and blue, get some purple. Oops, I didn't even mean to go into that. I want a little more blue. And just do some like this. Okay, I am going to come in here, and I'm thinking about adding some, I guess we'll use this blue and just add some highlights at the tops. I'm going to dry that so I can add my grass without it mixing. I'm just adding a little more up in our sky here. Trying to decide how much I want. I really tend to like a little, and then if I want more, I'll go back and add like this. So, you know, if you don't like quite as much, then that's fine. Just don't do as much. Want that to be popping over the mountains there. Okay. That's what it needed. I'm just taking some of this lightest yellow with some white to kind of give a few little streaks. I think that'll be pretty behind our cross. And then let's do some grass. We'll do kind of a spring grassy hill here. Wanted it to kind of come up. Oh, I didn't mean to come right on top. So if you do that, let's show you. I've got a little thing of alcohol right here. I'm going to just quickly kind of take that alcohol and scrape off what I can. And then later, when I'm done here, I can take a sander if I need to, but I think that's going to be fine. Still using a filbert brush, and that allows me to kind of take that curve. I am using my cheaper brushes today because of being on wood. Wood is pretty hard on your brushes, so I'm using my just plain old set that's like $10 for a bunch of them. And pinned to the top of my page or on my website, you can see all my favorite supplies. I have an Amazon wish list, or not wish list, but an Amazon list of all my favorite supplies. I do too. They are pretty. And, you know, this would even be pretty to put at your church if you have like a table that, you know, or give to somebody. I don't know. I just always think people love things that you paint. And this is an easy one. It really, really is. Just practice on some paper or something first, and you'll see it's truly easy. You can do this. So now we've got our base color on. I'm going to kind of come in and add some dimension to this ground, and I want to add a little path up to the cross here. I am grabbing Citron Green. It's one of my favorites for spring, and we're going to kind of put this and let that blend. I'm kind of layering it pretty thick because I just like the look of it. And we're obviously painting kind of coming down to have this look more, you know, like it's a hill. Leaving a little room for our path here. Okay, so something like that. There seems to be a little glare. I hope y'all can see. It's because the paint's wet. All right, let's work on our path. I'm going to put in some darker color down here. Maybe even with some green, make a teal. Let's see if we can make a teal with this blue. This has got a lot of purple in it, but I think we can. It's pretty good. Just to give the ground a little shading down here. I like to use my colors kind of throughout, even if it's just little bits here and there. Let me dry that so I don't start mixing all these colors. Let's do our little pathway. I think I'm going to do it colorful. I'm going to do like a light pink maybe. Maybe some of our coral. Just kind of sketchy-ish. I've been trying real hard to be a little looser with my paintings, and it is so forgiving. So I hope you'll try it. Just kind of let the brush strokes show and see how we're just being real loose with it. It's really fun. And that's what we're here for, is just to have fun with our art, you know, not to be serious, but you get a really pretty painting. Don't get me wrong, but when you just let go and have fun with it and don't try to make it perfect, I think it really helps. What do y'all think of all the color? Let's do brown first for our wood cross. And just right up here. Don't want it too straight because it would have been, you know, not Home Depot wood. I'm going to grab a little black. Now you could also do this in neutrals. So like, you've just got to think outside the box. I love color, so I like to use color, but if you don't, you just take the painting and do neutrals. You could do, you know, browns, gold, white or off-white. You know, you don't have to use color if you don't want to. So I think I might even, I pulled a gold, put a little gold in our cross. Just using the tip of that brush to add some streaky gold. Okay, I'm going to come back and do a few little fun things. Like, I want to give our sun a little more sketchiness. So add some little kind of, you know, rays, or I don't know, kind of around. Maybe even. I think I'm going to do, I'm just taking white and the yellow. Let's do some pretty greenery. So I like that teal we made, so green and the blue harbor. I shouldn't be mixing with my brush, but here we are. Let's do some kind of bushes, or a bush up here and some flowers. Okay, let me dry that. Flowers on here. And I will probably do both. I'll probably do coral and pink. Let's just take a look and see what we think. I don't know. Now that I've got the coral in here, I think I like that. I may not even use pink today. Can you imagine? We could put some even coming down. Just sprinkle some like that. Oh, I like that. Let's do a little highlights on our flowers. So lots of white and a little coral. And then I'm going to try to just get that on the tip of the brush. You can go to a small little detail brush if you want. I think that's it. That's really all you need. Let's see. Oh, I love the cross. See the gold? That's really nice. I like that. And then we'll sign it. Ooh, that porous wood doesn't want to take my so rough. That's it. So how easy is that? Well, let's see what the time is. In 45 minutes, and that was a lot of talking and a lot of steps, but really easy. So I hope you guys will try it. Let me know if you might try it. Thank you so much. I'm really glad y'all were here. I hope you'll keep joining me here every Friday. Now remember, we are starting to prep for our Alzheimer's event. So go to my website and sign up if you would like more information. It's not signing up to commit unless you just want to, but it's really more to get information and everything. Thank you guys. Well, have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.